Hello and welcome back to Across the Gulf Coast. Well, as you can see, we've now made our way to our Pensacola studio, where we're going to be joined by organizations in Escambia County to talk about things going on in this side of the Gulf Coast. And first to join us is the Gulf Coast Kids House. Excuse me, can't talk this morning. The Gulf Coast Kids House, and we have Stacy Kostovicki and Megan Chapman joining me. Thank you so much for being my guest today.
Thank you for having us.
So, Stacy, let's start with you, and let's start with the Gulf Coast Kids House. Tell me a little bit about your organization and what your mission is here.
Okay. We are a child advocacy center, which is a fancy way of saying that we are a child-friendly facility that houses all of the professionals that are needed to investigate, treat, and prosecute egregious child abuse cases. So last year that accounted for about 3,600 children in Escambia County. And at the Kids House, we really rely on the professionals to work together so that the trauma on the child having to report that abuse is minimized. But at our facility, they can get medical exams, recorded interviews, we prosecute the cases, and mental health therapy.
So it's kind of a, for lack of a better term, a one-stop shop for
Exactly.
this to take place?
Yep.
Is that more beneficial to the children and the families to just do it in one location opposed to having to go all
It
over
is,
town?
yeah. It's more beneficial because it's less traumatizing for the kids. Obviously, with our facility, it's designed with kids in mind, and so they're not having to report to a police station or an emergency room. But it's also more beneficial for the case because professionals, for example, the prosecution is starting to work with the investigators in the very beginning. It was actually a prosecution-based model because we were seeing really low numbers, about 20% successful prosecution, and last year we were at 97% successful prosecution.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
How is the child abuse rate in this area? Is it, I mean, you mentioned the number of cases that you've had. Is that up, down? What is the trend currently?
It is about the same, but Escambia County a couple years ago had the privilege of rising to number one in the state of Florida. So Escambia County is definitely the highest across the Gulf Coast region, and unfortunately right now the highest in the state of Florida as well.
Well, if people want to be involved, I mean, obviously, everybody, loves kids or wants to be involved with kids in one way or another. How can they go about doing that? What are some opportunities that you guys have?
We do take some volunteers. Obviously, we've got to be careful about that.
Sure.
But as a nonprofit, we have tons of events that happen throughout the year, and we're excited to talk about those later today. We need all hands on deck for those events, so they can definitely get involved with any of our fundraisers.
All right, well, that's a perfect segue back into some of the events that you
Yes.
guys have coming on. Y'all always have a busy spring. And I know you're starting off in this month in March, and then continuing into April. So let's just kind of take them in order with what you have first this month, in the month of March, with
Sure.
Clydesdales.
We do. We have the Express Clydesdales. They have not been in this area since, I believe, 2013. So we're excited to have them come back in conjunction with Express Employment Professionals and Cordova Rotary. They are bringing that event back. This year it's actually going to be at the Cordova Mall. So it's a bigger venue for us, a lot more exposure, and a lot more, hopefully, fundraising. But you can actually take a ride in the wagon behind the Clydesdales. They're world famous. They've actually even taken Prince William and Kate in their wagon as well. So pretty excited, yeah. But yeah, so that's going to be a fun opportunity, a kid-friendly event.
Sure.
We have some partners who have joined also, so there's some opportunities where you can eat at certain places, and proceeds will also go to Gulf Coast Kids House as well. And then we go right into From Blue to Better, which is an awareness campaign that we'll have the whole month of April in conjunction with National Child Abuse Awareness Month. We'll have the blue bows out and ready. We'll have them ready in mid-March so people can come by and grab those. But we're working with a number of agencies throughout the actual four-county area, all the way out to Walton County, to help spread awareness for child abuse.
Let's talk about that a little bit more, because you mentioned the Blue Bows.
Yeah.
And I know we had one here last year, and a lot of people, a lot of businesses around town have them, but everybody's asking, what are those, or how do I get one? How do people get involved with that?
Sure. The National Organization of Child Abuse, they actually use pinwheels. And in Florida, we found that pinwheels, when we stick them in the ground, get chopped off and decapitated by landscaping equipment here in April. And so we actually, a couple years ago, decided to go with the blue bows, where people can put them on their front door or inside of their lobby and things like that. We actually give them to any organizations and businesses that can put them up in a visible place to show their support. And it does come with an accompanying poster that explains about the Blue Bows. And we have them available at our location on 12th Avenue, and then we also have them at a number of other locations that you can find on our Facebook or on our website for that as well.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to get you off
That's
track
okay.
there, but so from Blue to Better, we go to
Chocolate Fest, yes. Chocolate Fest this year will be Saturday, April 22nd. We take over the Cordova Mall again. They have been great partners for us this year, but we set up throughout the entire mall. We have vendors and restaurants locally that will provide tasty treats, hopefully containing chocolate. And when you purchase a ticket, you can basically stroll the corridors of the Cordova Mall and sample something from each one of those different vendors. It's a great family-friendly event. We sell about 1,200 tickets, so it's a huge, fun event. It's pretty much organized chaos, but you can support kids and hopefully not get diabetes on the same day. So.
Yeah, Sandy Sansing has stepped up to be the title sponsor for that again this year, so we're very grateful.
And if anybody wants tickets or more information, can they go to your website? and get
Yeah,
them there?
tickets will actually go on sale March 1st,
Okay.
and so they'll be available through our website, through Facebook, a number of venues as well. So.
Okay, great. Ladies, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I really appreciate it, and good luck with your events.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks
Absolutely.
for having us.
Stay with us. When we come back, we'll be joined by the Pace Center for Girls.